Hey, welcome back to M Hood Fishing. You remember the other day, a guy named James gave me that net and a bunch of other cool things? Surprises, surprises. It was a big surprise for me. Well, today, here's that dude. Got James here fishing with us. He's a big fan and he's also a local. It's turned out to be a good friend of mine. I started stress baking with that stuff you gave me.
I've been stress baking. I've been making pasta as well.
If you don't know what stress baking is, it's when you start baking because you're full of stress. A lot of people across America right now are this heavily stressed, and they're the ones buying all the whole wheat flour and the brown sugar and all that because they're in the kitchen just baking. It's a great distraction right now. But another great distraction is fishing. And just like yesterday, I'm on another drainage canal, but this time I'm on the East Bank. I'm real close to Lake Pontchartrain. It's actually right on the other side of this pumping station here. Some of you might recognize this. I've fished this canal many times over the years. This is Orleans Canal. Now this is mostly a gar spot for me, but today I'm going to fish the bottom for channel cat and blue cats. I've already been throwing the net. I don't like to film while I'm throwing the net because the camera gets wet and I can't get any good shots. So when I got here, I threw the net. I was thinking I was just gonna catch cichlids and little panfish. I actually got mullet, and I'm gonna show you the mullet that we caught. There's just a ton of mullet jumping everywhere here, so maybe that's a good sign. Maybe that means we're gonna get something. If it's just a gar, well, that'll make me happy. That'll be a lot of fun. We'll see what James can get. We have night crawlers, we have different kinds of bait along with the cut bait. Let's stop yakking and start yanking some fish up out of the water. But M Hood, it looks different. What's going on? Yeah, I know. I forgot to tell you. You may have noticed while I was yakking. So yeah, there's this fence here. Imagine my shock when I came over the levee and I saw this, because I haven't fished this spot in quite some time. There's some construction project going on over here somewhere on the levee. It's not actually going on right now today, but there is this construction fence with signs you don't like to see. They're ugly signs that say things like private property, no trespassing. So we're stuck between this construction fence and the pumping station today. That means we have the rocks and the bank, and this is where we're going to fish from. It's going to be a little difficult to put the rod holders down, but we'll figure it out. Check this mullet out. All the mullet I caught today are pretty much this size. I'm going to do some different things here. Normally I would cut this and fish big sections, but back in the day I used to not do that. I would just take a fillet and cut the fillet up into chunks. Today we're going to take fillets and cut them into chunks because I think I'm going to try and do drop lines as well from a spot that's right near here. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a drop line real quick. I got this homemade lead. It's about maybe 2.5 ounces. Not sure. It's all I really need. Get this line through here. Okay, now I'm going to make a loop, and I'm going to do a kind of like a surgeon's loop, pretty much a surgeon's loop right here with the weight on it, just like that. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to make a surgeon's loop at the end of this. So we got our loop here. Now we're going to do a overhand knot. There we go. Okay, so here we have a leader with a size 6 circle hook on it, and this is 50-pound mono. We've got a surgeon's loop at the end here. What we're going to do is we're going to cow hitch this to this nylon loop. Basically, you put your loop through your loop, and then you bring your hook through the monofilament loop, and there you go. That's a good old-fashioned cow hitch. I've come over here closer to the pumping station. It's really deep right off of here. We're just going to drop this straight down. We might get the bait like about 5 feet or so out in front of this drop off, and then we'll tie off to something. Back down here at the bank, ready to put out the rods. We're going to start with the big rods for cut bait, And as you can see, I've stuck my rod holders down into the rocks. Hopefully that holds. Usually that works, but it's definitely something you need to keep an eye on because it can always fail you. So these are rigs that I had tied up yesterday. I'm using the same thing as I did yesterday, but you don't have to go watch that video. I'll just tell you what's up with that, but please go watch that video. So these are 5s or 6s. Oh, I can't even remember what I'm fishing with, but yeah, they're circle hooks. They're 5s, I believe. They might be 6s, and that's 50-pound mono. These are about 2 ounces of lead. It's a homemade lead on sinker slides with the bead and the swivel, and the other rig is exactly the same. And I'm really happy to be fishing with chunks of mullet like that. That's what we're gonna do. Hopefully we can get a nice big channel or a blue here. I'm gonna put out 2 rods with dropper loops just like yesterday. This is about an ounce or so, and that's an 1 hook with night crawler. I'm gonna do both these rods just like this with night crawler. See if we can produce some channel cat out of here as well. Ooh, we got something to see to here. Got a massive slack line on this rod here. This is the one that's closest to the pumping station. Oh, I think something's with it. I feel you. I think there's a gar hanging out with it. Another slack line over here. Oh, yes. Whatever this fish is, it grabbed that bait and swam away. Wow. Look at that. I got a catfish. Oh, that is a nice channel cat. Yesterday I was fishing a canal that just had little babies, you know, cracker fish that you put on a cracker. And we got us a po' boy fish right here. Yeah, you're right. I'm not going to go home and bake po' boy bread, but I do have some whole wheat bread that I baked earlier this week, and maybe we'll make a sandwich with you. Here we go, Mr. Cat on the stringer. James, there are some fish here today. We're social distance fishing. He's a distance down there and I'm a distance over here. Now let's get this stringer cat on a distance out there, the distance of this stringer. Yeah, you're right. That's a nice cat, man. Let's get some more. Let's get some more. I'm coming to you, buddy. I'm coming. I got you. I got you. Yes. Ooh, ooh. What do you think? You think this might be a channel cat worthy of going on a coin? Woo. This feels like a nice fish. You know, it might not be a channel cat. It could be a blue, because we could have blue cats in here. It's not a big channel cat. He's hooked funny. That's why he's coming in weird. He's hooked in the mouth, but he's wrapped up like a package. He's not 12 inches, and honestly, I had my fill of small channel cat yesterday. I did get legal once. Oh, there you go. Okay, we'll let you go. Whoa! I wanted to show you the bend that fish was doing, but then I was like, well, maybe I should grab the rod. I about fell on my face too. These rocks are not easy to balance on. Man, you put out cut bait and night crawler, and what do you think your results are? Your night crawler produces. Sometimes that's just how it is. Sometimes you're going to have more channel cat than anything, and channel cat just love the night crawler. That is another keeper. He's over 12 inches for sure. Better looking than what I was getting yesterday, so I'm happy that I dragged my butt out this way. Real happy now. There we go. We got you. Ooh, you got some shoulders, son. Night crawler's really paying off today. He's not as big as I thought, but he was coming in funny like that because he was all wrapped up. Here we go. I don't want too many of that size, so I'm gonna let this one go. Let me get down there. We're about to call it. I went to go grab this line. Whoa, something's really on here. Oh, it's just a gar. I'm happy. Better channel cat than yesterday. So cut bait just got some gar attention. The best bait today again was night crawlers, just like yesterday. The bite died as soon as the weather changed, and the weather is still trying to change on us. It's a little cooler now. It's still trying to rain. It is right before sunset right now. We're gonna go ahead and call it and get out of here. The line, the drop line over there, never got any attention. Maybe gar and crabs were picking up the bait. So yeah, like, share, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Maybe put this one on the coin, right? Yeah, or the dollar. Kick George off there. Yeah, you're right. Dollar cat. Hey, see you next time.